Hello everyone, this is just an update video on our US visa progress. This will probably be part of about a 3-series video, maybe 4. In this video I'll be discussing the process we went through to get our US visas eventually, as well as things to prepare for your first US border crossing. That's if you carry in a passport requiring a US visa, like our South African passports. As I mentioned in the previous video, there were massive delays with the US visa application process, or at least getting your visa interviews, with wait times of over a year. But if you constantly look for new appointments, you can move it up. Eventually I used the invite for work training in America to expedite my appointment. Now we do have our visas and we'll be visiting Seattle this weekend. But first, let's go through the process. After getting our appointment bumped to early September, you get an appointment time, then you show up at the US consulate that's in downtown Vancouver. They check your appointment validity, then you line up to get into the consulate. You're not supposed to take any cell phones, backpacks, things like that. You check it before you enter. Then you go through a screening process like at the airport, where you have to take off your belt, take things out of your pockets, all of that. It goes through a scanner, you go through a scanner, if something bleeps, you get checked. Then you go into a waiting room where they screen your documents and take your passport photos here to print and bring to the consulate. It's 2 inches by 2 inches. They don't actually take those photos, I think they just scan it into the system. After that you get a number and you wait until they call your number and a bunch of other numbers. So basically this is just a holding room, and from this room you get escorted by a guard into an elevator, taken up to the 20th floor, where finally you're in your last line to go for your visa interview. The interview is short and sweet. They basically just confirm what you said in your application, ask you why are you going to the United States, where are you staying, etc, etc. They don't want to know a lot of detail, they just want to see that your story adds up. In our case, the only booked appointment was my work related event, so we were just honest and said we live in Vancouver, the border's 50 kilometers away, and we would like to go visit some of the nearby towns, or our nearest big city is Seattle, which we will be visiting this weekend. It was about 1 minute later, he said your application is successful. They take your passports and they say, oh, you'll get a tracking number soon in your email. I think it was about 5 days after our interview that it got delivered to the post office downtown, and I went to collect it. As simple as that. US visa sorted. They're valid for 10 years. I need to double check how it works when your passport expires, because obviously our passports expire in 10 years or less actually at the moment. So yeah, I need to see if you can just renew the visa when you get a new passport, or do you need to go through the whole process again. Looking at going to America, when you get to a border, you've got 2 borders obviously, a land border or 3 actually, land border, sea borders and airports, skies, whatever. In our case, when you don't have a special passport and you have to go in with a visa, there's a form you need to fill in, either at the border physically, a I-94 form, or they've now made it electronic. So you can go onto the US Border and Customs website. On that website you can apply for I-94 form, or not apply, you can fill your I-94 form and submit it before you get to the border. In that way you save some time, as you don't have to fill it in when you get there. It's about $6 per person, so it was total of I think $18 plus tax, which comes out roughly 25 Canadian dollars, which isn't too bad if you could save some time at the border. Besides the website, there's also the app of the US Customs and Border Patrol you can download, and you can also do the application for the I-94 form on that app. You need to report to a custom official within 7 days, so don't do it too early like I did initially. I just had to do it again. And now from what I've heard is when we get to the border, we don't need to fill this form in anymore, but you take your biometrics again. Apparently this is only done every 5 months or so, so if you stay near the border where you stay in Canada, yeah, then you don't need to submit it every time. I need to confirm that, and I'll do that in the next video after I've actually gone through the border. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting. We will be leaving early on the public holiday holiday. We expect it to be quite busy. Try and document that and see how that goes, and that will be the third part of this US visa journey, getting through the border and what exactly to expect there. I apologize for the harsh light in this video. I had to jerry-rig something as my other light failed me. If this video was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos. Thank you for watching, have a good one, cheers.